This is Gary Ploetz, March 6, 1994, on his way to Rome.
On my way to Rome. See my new wedding ring? I just married the absolute most wonderful, most beautiful woman in the world last night. And now we're going to fly off to Rome for a week.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited. Excited like the French when Lindbergh landed.
Okay, maybe next shot will be in Rome. Who knows? I'm going to sign off now.
Comparable prices.
We're on the plane to Rome.
Are you filming me?
Yes.
I'm presently digging through my luggage looking for
Looking for what?
the book on Rome.
Well, here, film me.
What's the item after we serve dinner?
There's Kim, my beautiful wife.
And look how close we are to the video screen. We're going to get cross-eyed while we're trying to watch the movie on the plane.
Signore e signori, buonasera.
That's it.
Siete sul volo 140 a destino da Roma.
Whoops, there you are.
Vi preghiamo di collocare
I'm very
i
excited.
pezzi personali
We're going to
sopra i
Rome.
sedili davanti da voi o nei compartimenti superiori.
Grazie.
Grazie.
Inoltre, una sistemazione per il vostro periodo cerimonia
Scusi.
In Italian. Okay, we don't want to waste all the time doing this. Okay, we're signing off.
Stasera
Now, I hope Gary finds his book so we can learn more about Rome. And here we are,
Hey,
just arriving in our hotel room.
just got to Rome.
It is 5 minutes to noon Roman time
What
on
time is it back home?
Monday, March 7th. And it is almost 5 o'clock in the morning.
We got a little sleep on the
Back home.
airplane, or at least I did.
Yeah, Gary got a little bit. I didn't really get too much. Of course, I haven't been sleeping at all this week. Let's just take a gander what our room looks like. It's an attractive, if you could use that word for it, modern looking kind of thing.
Really?
They gave us two twin
They gave
beds.
us twin beds on our honeymoon, but they did push them together for us.
That was considerate.
So
We have a little refrigerator. Well, is it
Yeah,
cold in there?
yeah, it's got ice. It's a stock bar. It's got scotch. It has everything.
And this is our view. Let's see if we can get this light to work. Ooh. It's not. It looks weird, Gary. I can't. It looks too bright out there. I don't think it's gonna film right. There we go. Well, who knows if this is recording what it really looks like outside. I doubt it. I'm gonna work on that. Somebody with their clothes out to dry. Everybody in Rome. Nope. Well, let's say it this way. Nobody in Rome has a dryer. Lovely lamp. Notice the blue shag carpeting. Now let's go see. I think we even have a bidet in the bathroom. There it is! Nope, there it is. Where's the blow dryer?
On the wall.
Oh. Oh, and we have a lovely blow dryer. Okay, back out to Gary. We're going to put our shoes back on, or I'm going to put my shoes on, and then we're going to go eat lunch. We're just a little hungry.
I'm hungry.
Signing off. He's eating vacuum-packed peanuts he found in the
And some
refrigerator.
citrus drink.
How is it? Does it taste Roman?
Not too bad.
As he puckers up. Signing off.
There's my camera. Okay,
Hi.
we're in the cab.
Going to the Coliseum. There's people outside the door selling flowers. They'll walk by you. There's a big park over there. There's a, what's over there? Film over there. Villa buildings.
A whiteout experience.
Same little bit more. Still picture. Well, I'm recording here at the Coliseum, but I can't tell if it's really actually recording or not. But this is as best we can get the camera to work. So.
Here I am.
And we can see the black of Gary's hair. And that doesn't do any good at all.
Well, it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful day. You hear the birds singing.
But we can't see any of them sitting with the camera. We zoom in if it'll help.
It's really big.
Aha! I think I'm getting some. Whoops, I figured it out. 4,000 is where we need to be because it's sunny outside. Ah, this is much better!
Good.
I'm zooming out. Oh, thank goodness we figured it out. Okay, now I feel much better. Here is the Coliseum. Seated 50,000 people. Didn't hear when she said it was built, but I'm sure it's in Gary's book somewhere.
In the 1st century AD.
And down below is where all the lions and tigers and gladiators and Christians probably were. And there was a wooden floor, I think, on top of it.
Yeah, that's right. They even filled this up and they would do sea battles.
And they also had like elevator pulley systems that would pull the animals up so they would just appear. I've got columns laying all over the place here.
It's really not the Coliseum, it's the Flavian Amphitheater.
That's right. There's Gary on our honeymoon. March, what's today, the 8th?
8th. It was constructed in 72 AD. And was completed in 80 AD. It took them 8 years to build. Titus used Jewish captives from Jerusalem as masons. Look, and there's cats all over the place.
Well, I'm going to go. Oh, he's gone. Here, now videotape me.
Okay, here's Kim.
This is for when our kids watch and they go, golly, y'all are so good.
How do I do the focusing?
You don't have to focus it at all.
Okay.
You just press the zoom in and zoom out button at the top of your fingers.
Okay, and this is a close-up. I'm backing away. Kim in the Coliseum.
See the cross over there?
Yeah. For all the Christians that the gladiators slaughtered.
Actually, it says there's no historic proof that early Christians were martyred here.
Huh. Well.
A large wooden cross was erected in 1950, so it's not that old.
Okay, now we're going outside.
Arch of Constantine, Gary says. And it's right outside Coliseum. So we're going to zoom in here. You can't get any closer than where we're standing.
Built in 4th century AD.
Now I can get that. Oops, you're going a little fast. Now I can get to the outside of the Coliseum. It's in back here. It's scary.
I'm looking for us a place to eat breakfast.
I don't know what was under here. It was a cool inside of the dome. Let's see if this to focus a little better. There we go, now it's focused. Gary's saying to see that we have no idea what we just ate. Sandwich or something.
Did you get that?
Did you get it as well? Gary thinks I'm so funny. I love this.
Yeah, I got it.
How much was it?
It was 29,000 lira. So it
50,000 is $31.
was about
Like $15. Gee whiz.
It's our cheapest meal so far.
Hey,
Yeah, it's definitely not sugar-free.
Gary is drinking Coca-Cola Light, which we thought was Diet Coke. And now
But
he's
it's
thinking
not.
it's regular Coke. And he's gonna puke if he drinks much more of it.
Well, it must be.
Look at that wedding band on his hand. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, well,
Okay, now we're gonna go. Okay, here's Kim, and here we are in the Roman Forum, and I want you to look at this. This is just like so cool. It's my wife giving me instructions over there.
That's what wives are for.
Now look at this. Isn't this so cool? I've been wanting to come back here for the last 12 years.
Slowly. There you go.
And this was mostly destroyed by an earthquake. Okay, now we're
you're on. You're on. That's amazing. Okay, here we go.
There's a concert of some sort. It sounds kind of like reggae music in the background, but I'm standing in front of the Basilica of Maxentius. After Constantine defeated Maxentius, he changed the building to move the main entrance to the Via Sacra in order to put his own colossal statue here for adoration. Thus it is also known as the Basilica of Constantine. Construction started in AD 306 on what was to be one of the largest covered buildings in the world. The still standing arches, which subsequently inspired Renaissance architects, measures 80 feet by 67 feet by 57 feet. Earthquakes have caused some of the building stones to fall, and in the 7th century a pope removed the gilded bronze roof to decorate the first St. Peter's Basilica, now demolished. In 1979, summer concerts and movie festivals were held beneath the remaining vaults, now declared unsafe because motor vehicle vibrations have weakened the soaring spheres.
That was a 180. This is just such 360. This is just such, you just can't believe how cool this is. Look at, this is just so huge. It's the biggest covered building in the world at one time.
It was going to be. It's not now.
Yeah, so it was. And there's my
Close
lovely
up.
wife. Close up. And there's the, with the, you can see the Colosseum through the arches. Okay, now we're going to head across the way. Okay, here's Kim, and we're standing on top of Caesar's Palace. Literally Caesar's Palace.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was like Augustus Caesar, and then this is from our vantage point. We're looking down into the Forum. This is just the most spectacular view. There's old Kim,
Hi.
my bride.
Zoom in on those statues on there. They're kind of cool.
Yeah, here we'll have to do some zoom. See statues down there. Oh boy, this is great.
Okay, you have to go slowly. There you go.
Go back. And here's where we were earlier over there. We're right over there.
And the arch in the Colosseum.
Yeah, there's the arch in the Colosseum. This is really neat. Now where we are, we're up, way up. And these down there are the ruins of part of the palace. Goes all the way out into there. And there's the panorama. Then there's gardens going back out this way. Okay, here we are inside. These are the ruins of Nero's palace. They are just like so cool. And it's nice and cool and shady and beautiful down here and lush. There's my gorgeous new wife in front of the ruins. This is going to be a panorama. It's very lush, as you can tell. And across the street there. And this is another portion of it. Where? Oh, yeah, over in the distance, that's the top of the Colosseum. Anyway, I just want to remember this moment. Now, in old times, we'd be standing like down in the bowels of this building. I just want to, and then Now we're gonna go exploring over there. First, Kim has to get a little shot of me.
Okay.
Here I am. Yay! We're having a great time. I'm loving every minute of it.
This is the first school from the United States. Where are we? In some St. Mary Major or something like that.
Said that the pillars are recycled from pagan temples. So they're much older than the church, which is 5th century.
These are mosaics from the Old Testament. How pretty the floors are. They're all recycled from other places.
To just the light.
That's fine. No, it's not. There we go. I'm going to turn this off till the next place. Or till she starts talking to me.
Million inhabitants at the height of the power and had two, with public school, with sport fields, with clubs, with aqueducts, with public libraries, legal help, assistance, medical care for the Roman citizen. So really well-functioning town. Doesn't last very long. Invaders arrive, take people as away slaves because Constantinople is the capital already. So it is dangerous to wait for people in town. And you know, when wars go on, just turn on TV and look what's going on in the many countries. People killed, they run away, the water supplies were cut, people maimed, they haven't got the time for harvest, so famine sets in. But not only that, on top of it, through the centuries, natural catastrophes follow. Earthquakes, years of drought, years of rain. So the population of Rome dwindles down in medieval times, according to the optimists, to 18,000. To the pessimists, 9,000. And it's really a vicious spiral of supply. Of Rome, cathedra is a word that comes from the ancient Greek language, meaning seat. And this today is still the cathedral of Rome and the Catholic world. The first that were free church that had been built. But don't expect a very old church. Was destroyed 4 times. This is the 5th one. The older one is even lower down. Dedicated originally to Christ the Savior, Christus Salvatore is written still today on the facade. Later put under the protection in honor of John the Baptist and the evangelists. So there is the statue of Christ the Savior with the cross, the 2 Johnses, and some other people of the church. Now when Constantine moved out to Byzantium, Constantinople, he donated part of this property that had been taken to him as part of the dowry by his wife Fausta Laterani, therefore the name. Now don't forget that the Christians were honor the name of God. But the faith become the best friends. They wouldn't accept it. So they would have tolerated that in the middle of the town where the tradition was that the gods of old standing had a temple, they'd be the temple. Their church was all right outside. Peter, Paul on the tombs of the martyrs, Lawrence, Agnes, but not in the middle of Rome. So that is why he gave this private ground, and the name is St. John in Latin. Like over there you see at the very end a tower. That is the Holy Cross in Jerusalem. There is Constantine's mother. She was the collector of the village. She brought the 2 crosses of the Peace of Rome. Essentially had slaves inside the place of the mother. Again, as a huge
again? This is
She
bronze.
said that
This
this
gilded
was
bronze that
gilded.
was taken from Cleopatra. All right.
So it was originally stolen from Cleopatra when Cleopatra was conquered by Mark Antony and brought back, and it was decorated the pagan temples and such. And then eventually, when Rome became Christian, they took it all off the pagan stuff and remelted it, and they made this. So this is made from bronze stolen from Cleopatra.
Here's our narrator. There's Pope Leo, who died in 1903.
Freestanding columns like but then Borromini, the artist of the Baroque, quite changed it in the style of the times, rebuilding, creating niches for the statues of the apostles. There are only 11. Judas, of course, is not remembered. But not Matthias is remembered in Judas' place, but Saint Paul. Again, we read the names below, but in alphabets of so many centuries, we just look at the cross, X cross, and known as St. Andrew. Then when the key Peter, the one with the sword Paul, and so on. Das ist dann Beispiel in Deutsch, auch der im Barock in der Borromini alles so. Hat dann nichts zu tun mit der Apostel hineingestellt worden.
Just testing. Yes, the battery works. Untesting. Here is Gary at a bank catching some money. Traveler checks. The interesting thing about it is that he couldn't get in with this camera because it had metal on it. These doors are metal detectors, and if you have metal on you have to put them in these lockers over here. There he is! He's coming. I guess I'll wait till he comes out. One door closes, and another one lets him out.
I got the stuff.
So what took so long?
Well, they photocopied my passport, and well, first I was standing in the wrong line, of course, until you knocked on the window and told me. And then they photocopied my passport, but I think we got a better exchange rate than we got in the United States. Well, we got 1,677 or 1.
Yeah, that's better.
Isn't that better? So,
100 points better. I was just filming the funky doors. Okay, sometimes
yeah,
in the
really,
United
that you can't
States
get in the bank with if you're carrying metal on you, man.
Pretty strict. Okay, on.
Okay, here's Kim at St. Peter's.
Yay!
Yay!
Do a panorama.
Here's the panorama. This is the 180 or 360. Lots of people, and then we just met a Romanian priest.
Romania.
And
He wouldn't take a picture with me.
we took a picture of him, he took a picture of us, but it was a little too risque for him to take one with him. So, but I think Romanians are from the Eastern Orthodox Church, so they're not Roman Catholic. Okay.
Okay, I'll make it Gary the Catholic in the picture. There he is.
Yay!
Going to church like a good Catholic.
Every Catholic has to make a pilgrimage to the St. Peter's.
Wow, you can do real close-ups with this camera. Hopefully we get to go up in there. Can you get to go up in the dome?
Yeah, see, you can see people at the very top.
Oh, wow, there's a lot of people over the very top.
And the obelisk took 900 men to lift it, and
No, it took 44 pulleys and 140 men, didn't
I
it?
thought it was 90 men, 140 horses. 900 men, 440 horses.
And where's the obelisk from?
Somewhere in Egypt. But it used to have a gold ball at the top of it because it used to first sit in the middle of a racetrack, and the gold ball had supposed to have the ashes of Julius Caesar in it, and when they put it here and they pulled it off, of course it was empty. And not to be outdone by the pagans, the Christians think that there's a little sliver of the cross in there, of course. Before we leave Italy, you know, we have to buy a little sliver of the cross. I know that they sell them around here somewhere.
One left just for us.
Of course. Either that or the bones of some martyr. Now, yesterday we did get to see where Stephen, the very first martyr who was stoned to death for his beliefs, was entombed.
And where was that?
Was that
St.
the
Mary
St. Mary
Major.
Major.
Right. I'm going to turn this off to get a little closer. REC, you don't have to hold it, Gary.
Okay.
The REC?
Yep, after go up. Yes. Oh, I can't get it in focus very well. There it is.
You missed that.
They changed the 130 again.
Where are you?
Right here.
Here we are inside St. Peter's. Okay, let's go inside.
Down there.
Exploit, you know, the calculator. So Jesus was teaching us love one the other, and respect one the other. So it could be, you know, more dangerous. Now, I was showing you before the famous portrait of John Lorenzo Bernini in the back. And Bernini was the author of the statue that we see on the right side, on the left side.
Wow, as Gary says.
Wow. This is wow.
Look how big it is. There's the Pietro.
It's done by Michelangelo, right?
I think it's the only one he's signed. It's signed in somewhere in the drapes of the clothing.
Zur Pietà Venezia. Questa è la pietà di Milano. Allora, eine schöne Frau.
be one of those.
Those what?
They have in some of the main cathedrals, they have doors that they only open every 25 years.
Oh, the holy doors or whatever.
It's for
How pretty that is.
encourage pilgrims to come to visit the cathedrals, and they open those doors especially for them.
So where's David?
This will remind me of my baptism.
It's better. How big everything is. There's a person. Oops. I'm going to turn this off until I get closer. Here's one of the statues. Go stand up next to it, Gary. So I can get the idea of how big it is.
This must have been one of the more humble popes. There's a person in here. A short person. Wish they had years on this stuff. There's my bride. Wave, you're on. Oh. Yeah. I think that's where they keep the consecrated host. Yeah, you just can't imagine how beautiful this marble work is. Okay, here's Kim and I up in the dome at St. Peter's. Here's some of the big mosaics. And here's looking down below. Here's looking up. And there's our guard over there. Okay, I'm going to turn it off until we get a little. Okay, here's Kim going up to the top. In the bowels of St. Peter's.
We're waiting for short people.
Here's Kim making the ascent. How many stairs has it been, Kim?
5 million. I'm gonna rest here.
Here we are back in the stairs.
Take a break here.
Here's the tunnel inside the dome.
I'll say something.
Okay, here's Kim on top of St. Peter's.
I'm really glad I did this when I was young. Back. Celebrate our 50th anniversary.
We'll have to carry her up here. Okay, ready? Here's the panorama off. Smile.
Want to be in it?
Yeah, hold on.
Wait. There you go. Now say it.
Here I am.
Top of St. Peter's.
And I was hardly breaking a sweat.
Yeah.
Breathing.
You were really glad when I decided to take a break. 3/4 of the way up here.
I'd laugh.
You don't laugh. Here, hold my coat or something. Oh. How do you have this focused? How do you do that? There we go. Here's the Schreiber. Is that the name of the river is?
Yeah, Tiber.
How do you screwed this up? Here. Hold this. Have you moved this green button any?
No.
Whoa. There we go. Still won't go into focus. It won't focus close up on anything down there. Smoggy city. Let's see where we were yesterday, right? Over there, but of course it's not going to focus.
Oh, see I can see the Pantheon out there.
It's still not helping. fade out. Cool garden. I wish I knew how to work this focus. So we're gonna go to the other side now. This is the back side of St. Peter's. These are pretty gardens. That one. There's Gary. And on up to the very little tippy top. Say goodbye, Gary. You can talk. Gary.
Il campo, por favore, sì, grazie, grazie.
Very good.
Allora, che ci avete?
I am. So the Spanish Steps.
We're in the Shishi shopping district too.
Hey, here's Kim. There she is.
Don't I look
Show us what you
just
got.
shishi?
Let's see the bag.
First is from some Nigerians.
Some Nigerians. We went to all the shishi shops and then we...
No, we really bought
Really?
these at very shishi
Yeah.
shops, really.
Here's the Spanish Steps. Here's a couple cops. I got some pretty cool outfits on.
Here's some guys stealing some furniture. It's like a pretty piece of furniture.
Okay. Here we are at our sidewalk cafe in the what quarter of town is this? Now, as I was stating earlier, this is the sidewalk cafe we're at. Okay. Now we gotta try. Smile.
Trying to get the film out of the panoramic camera, but it's not working.
This is a panorama. There's my lovely wife, and we're having Cafe Americano and a Coca-Cola. And it is about 6 o'clock in the...
Okay, we are in the world's most interesting McDonald's. Tell us how the bathroom works, Gary.
bathroom works.
Well, how did...
It's just like back home, a bunch of screaming kids. You have this bowl and you stick it's in the wall, you stick your hands in like this and it automatically pours soapy water on your hands. You wash them together and then it automatically pours warm, clean water on your hands and you move your hands back a little bit and it starts blowing them dry and then you take them out.
Cool. I'll let you carry the bag so I can film. Here's where you shorter. This isn't the interesting part. Salad bar. A little mosaic. Mosaic with little fountain. This is the quiet part down here. And ice cream bar. That's the ends up there. Okay, signing off. We're gonna go back out shopping. Top till you drop. That's cool. Okay, now it's working. We're on our way to Naples. To church? What is a church? It looks funny, the trees going by. On a tour. Where's Naples? Culture truck. Scary. Studmeister with those new sunglasses.
There's some white caps on there.
Flower Hills. Everything over here to see. I'll fade out until I see something more interesting.
Style as in Tivoli, gardens with statues and water games and waterfalls. While I show you, it's just behind new buildings and it's very easy anyway to see. Reaching the Royal Palace, we leave the motorway because we stop for break. Well, I suggest you, in case you would like to take a coffee or a cappuccino, well, to pay first. Why? You need a paper, a receipt of payment in your hand, okay? So you need this one because otherwise they don't serve you nothing, without receipt of payment. They want it. That's why you pay for coffee, and of course later you ask for coffee showing your receipt. That's important. Otherwise you waste time, a lot of time. Cappuccino is our specialty, of course, but in case a coffee, American one is the long one, of course, in case you prefer. Otherwise they make the Italian, the strong, the black. Maybe you don't like it, so it's better to ask for an American in case coffee. Sandwich is panino sandwich, or you may have also pizza or biscuit, what you like. They speak English, so they try to help you, and you try to help them, of course.
Side, it's going to be here.
Later, when you come back to the same bus, I'm going to give you this one, the sticker, the Appian line. It's very important for you, this one, because I know you. I remember you are my guest. But for the local guide, it's quite impossible because he has always to show you something interesting, so he can't count for you. You will follow always him, and you need this name to distinguish from the enemies, of course. Yeah. Remember, you are always the first one, huh? So now we pay attention just a while on our left hand side, because in a while you see on your left at the very end there is the grey black building, and that's the second Versailles of Europe. Here we are very close. So now you see quite well.
Oh, yeah.
On your left hand side, you see the big palace over there on your left in this moment. You see also the entrance with the arch, and imagine surrounded by enormous gardens with the fountains and waterfalls. That's precious, and today is a museum. Royal Palace transformed in museum. Anyway, you know that in Italy past history is always alive. In Rome, as in Naples, of course, as in Pompeii, strolling here, you find always something dated back to the Roman time. And for instance, on your left, you see the mountain? That's not a simple mountain. That's our friend Vesuvius. Here we are. Now, of course, you realize better passing by. And especially going from Naples to Pompeii, you see well better the Vesuvius. Even from Capri, you may see the same one, the same volcano. We call it Vesuvio complex. Why? We have two different volcanoes. See smoke coming out, and there is an observatory halfway, and they study, of course, the activity to advise people living there, because we have a lot of different villages right at the foot of Vesuvio, they advise people to escape in time in case, they know of some eruption may go on. In case they know in advance, of course, they try to advise population to go away immediately. Another volcano that we have in Italy is Etna in Sicily. So dangerous as this one. Maybe the most dangerous, maybe, because the last eruption was just a few months ago. The last eruption, yes. Etna, Sicily, close to Catania. Yeah. Right at the shoulder of Catania. So, we have two different craters. Different. The first one, the most ancient, is Somma volcano, and the other one is Vesuvio. They died. They were carbonized. That's why visiting Pompeii, you will see plasters of human body in different positions. We have babies as adult, or they were just, lying on the bed, sleeping. And you see also the expression of face, like you see tears, carbonized, like statues, completely. Imagine, of course, the situation, because they didn't realize such an eruption. So, no time to survive, to live immediately.
It must have died
It was terrible. 3 nights, 3 days. And Pompeii, covered with pumice stones, ashes, volcanic ashes, was buried under from 7 to 10 meters of ashes and pumice stones. That's why you see preserved, completely intact, Herculaneum, for instance, was completely destroyed by lava rivers coming from the Vesuvio. Herculaneum, Stabia, or Ploetz, the same one. Pompeii, no. Not by rivers, just ashes. You see now on your left hand side, Somma, right, the highest is Vesuvio. Now you distinguish two different craters, you see, base. That's Vesuvius complex. But anyway, once approaching Torres of Naples is a folkloristic, we may say, harbor, very small one, and an airport that you saw. At the very end, of course, the Bay of Naples. Okay, here we are, so now we enter really the city. Welcome, ahead of us a nice view, Capodimonte, and you see we have a red building over there. Have a look, you distinguish, huh? Red building, that's the Capodimonte Royal Palace. This one was built for the same king of Caserta, Charles III, 18th century, and later was transformed into a museum. And right here we have a special factory, the Capodimonte porcelain. It's famous all over the world. It's porcelain and made, of course, local production of Naples and surrounding area. But here we have the factory at school for porcelain. That's the finest quality you may find. The Capodimonte, same name of this hill where now we are. So that's the highest, of course, peak of the Capodimonte hill, and now in a while we will proceed down, always.
This is Naples. Everybody hangs their clothes out to dry.
Quando ci sono di notte ci sono venuto io, mi è cambiato pure di uscita. Perché io ne parlo 10 anni fa, io non ricordo fare l'uscita, c'era sul casa of the 14th century. It's San Telmo Castle. And on the right of it, we're going to see in a little while, there is a white building.
which is the historical museum of the city, San Martin Museum, and it was an ancient abbey of the 14th century in French style. Then it was transformed into a museum during the 18th century. So all along here now on the left-hand side of the public garden, which was an ancient beach. Then it was transformed into a garden during the 18th century in 1780. A section of the city called Zillipo, VIP quarter. Very poor people are living there. Okay, we'd like to stop here for a few minutes, time to take a picture to enjoy the view, okay?
Yeah.
We're here in Naples. What's going on? I keep reading it.
This is the bay. Yeah, it's very hazy today. And there's the castle. Yeah.
Is it off or on?
No, it's on.
There's Gary in Naples.
It's been a long time since I've been here. Here, I'll take a couple of photos of you.
You can get the castle. Did you get the castle?
It's hard to get a good sunlight. I was there in 19. That's been quite a while. But I was younger, 15 years ago or more, so. But I really enjoyed it. Loved London.
Okay, I'm turning it off now. It's off.
Ladies and gentlemen, have a look on the left. There is a very beautiful square, Plebiscito Square, it means the People Square, which is a miniature of the Vatican City. It looks like St. Peter's Square, with a church in neoclassic style of San Francesco di Paolo, St. Francis and Paul, and the Pantheon. See? Looks like St. Peter's Square, see the colonnade? And that's an imitation of the Pantheon in Rome. To the right, see also the fast roof. It was built during the French domination here in Naples. It was built during the 13th century. It's also a very beautiful triumph arch of the Italian Renaissance of the 15th century. On the very top of the triumph arch, see the statue of San Michele, San Michael, San Michele.
This is our lunch in outside of Pompeii. These are all the Japanese over there. I'm making them feel at home taking cameras. There's my lovely bride.
Can I show you what I got for my trinket for the trip?
It's a family heirloom.
Hello, fish or meat?
Meat.
Whoops, you're out of luck, Gary. There's no.
Sole mio, Mr. Paparotti.
It's Venus, the goddess of love. And I got her because we're on our honeymoon. And we're in the... I'm going to pass this down to the generations of our family now. Okay, I'm done now.
Yes, gates all around, and with the 14 waffle watch towers. home base of 660,000 meters square are in acres under 66, with a full main street like this. Now, two running from north to south and two from east to west. And as we are going to see all along those streets had the houses and the shops. And each rich house had the two shops on both sides of the entrance, and the shops with sliding doors. Each rich house in those days was looking like a villa and was subdivided into 3 apartments, winter time, summertime, and all kind of daily life manifestations took place here. Well, as for example, political, sportive, religious, and any other manifestation took place here. All around this square, and you still see, there was a very beautiful marble porticus in a Doric style. On the top of it, there was an Ionic gallery, the Doric and the Ionic columns. Yeah? They're all original. You still see on this square, here and there, the remains of the original marble floor. Okay? You still see some pieces left of the original floor. That's travertine, that marble coming from Tivoli, Rome, near Rome. Okay? There, look at please, the temple of Jupiter was built in the 2nd century before Christ. It was built about the Samanites. It was built after the Italic style, means on a high podium, on a high wall, like the Italic style. We still see through those Corinthian columns, see from here, at the back wall of the temple, see, the face of the god Jupiter. Can you see from here? Yeah. He was the father of the gods, Jupitano. Was built in the 2nd century before Christ. And when Pompeii was occupied by the Romans in the 1st century before Christ, it was transformed and became the Capitolium of the city. The temple dedicated to Jupiter, Jupiter, and Minerva. That was the Capitolium. So now we're walking and we are going now to take a sauna bath. So we are just visiting the public there, which are really very interesting and still are in a good condition. Then the public bath we're going to see really very interesting. The double walls, double floor for the installation. Where people took a hot steam bath, which is right now sauna bath. In the public bath, the two people, it was very large. Means in English a table bath. So here in this place, in those days, people took a table, steam bath. To work about this place, there was a fireplace. You see there the remains in bronze, some bronze seats. And see all around the walls, some of the terracotta statues. They're all original, representing Caridadity or Atlas, in this in English, holding the position. But you see also some of the ninjas all around. The workers, they are the clients, put their most intimate clothes, the perfumes or for massage. Here to see the original floor, if they want to serve, remember, more than 2,000 years old, the 1st century before Christ. And now we are going to visit the most interesting room of the public bath. We're going to visit the house, that we're going to see now in the Vecchia house. That house is still very well preserved. So after visiting that house, you're going to have a clear idea of a Pompeian house. Bye-bye.
Right in front of it. That's a pretty shot. What is this?
It's a cool.
It's pretty too.
Oops, I'm sorry.
Oh, nice. The Japanese This is also Russian, Hello? Questa è la divinità, Dio pria po', Dio della fecondità, cioè divinity, pria po'. So here we are in the 50 house, 50 brothers. Two rich merchants of Pompeii, two merchants in agricultural producers and wine. Without wine. They had a lot of very intimate, no one, not married. Two partners. This house was built during the last period of the life. First century, 2,000 years old. And each house was looking like this. So they want to call it like this. It was looking like a villa. With the time, entrance to the house. And there were two entrances to the house. In each house, there was from 1 to 2 gardens, still one. So that was the summer comments. In the garden and the lovely walk around. The name of that walk is in other English, very street, this was in English, terrifying. But it's a population of 40% of the house. The rooms all around. Walking in a very few minutes. The top of the house, otherwise it's too later. Anyway, I will rooms overlooking the garden. And the garden, especially during the Roman period, was ending in the mountains of the city. All rooms were waiting for us. This was the winter tunnel.
Another name influvium. Yes, too, there was a roof with the opening in the middle, confluvium, meaning to collect the rainwater, with rooms around. And there you see another kind of atrium. That kind of atrium is called tetraskilo.
There's Kim.
There are 4 dining rooms.
It's having a hard time focusing.
In this house, they found also
Probably because there's
beautiful mosaic.
stuff close up and things far away.
Representing a dancing form. It was a divinity. It was a god of wood. It's a god is an animal and part human body. And that's the coffee. The original side is
This is all inside the largest villa in Pompeii. There, that's much better.
Yeah, they found a lot of things. They found from shell of eggs. They found surgical instruments, bread, pizza, cereals. They found a lot of jewelry, brass rings, earrings. And in one house here in this way, the cellar, they found exactly 180 pieces of silver and tableware. Thermopolium in those days. Thermos, hot. So hot for the thing. Another ancient public fountain. Yeah? Here to see the rocks, worn out, by touching, by drinking like this. You can see very well all along that street, the rocks of the wheel of the chariot. This was another ancient public fountain. That's travertine, It's marble. With stepping stones, sliding doors, see the marks of the sliding doors.
Okay, now.
Hello. Hello, I'm getting ready for Friday in Rome. Gary decided to go a little more dressed up today, so I had to do the same. I'm finishing buttoning up my What?
I just wanted to see if you had any drawers on.
Well, I got drawers on, but I don't have shoes on yet. But I'm going in tennis shoes anyway. Okay, that's enough. Hi.
Okay, there's Kim in front of the Parthenon. Pantheon, oh sorry. And here it is.
Okay, you want to be
Now
in it?
tell us about it, Kim.
Well, I think it was built in the 100 AD era it was designed by Emperor Hadrian, and it's the most perfectly preserved ancient building in the world. And
So the columns in front were built in 27 BC by somebody else, and later it was incorporated. So those pillars have been there before the time of Christ. And then in 606 AD, the reason it's so well preserved is because in 606 it was turned into a church, and it was a sin to take anything away from it, because most of the other old buildings were ransacked at some time or another, but this wasn't.
But that doesn't really matter because they still took the brass off the top anyway.
Well, they stole the brass off the top.
It's a perfect circle with a circular dome.
Okay, here, take one of me out there.
Okay. Is it still on?
Yes. This is my Italian one.
Very fishy. Wait, is it focusing? I can't tell. Let me zoom in. Look how chic.
From my new Italian sunglasses. Okay.
Cool.
Now facing inside, but first I want you to snap a picture of me in front of it.
Okie dokie. Okay, here's Gary. We're now inside the Pantheon. Gary, say hi to the folks at home.
This is really, really good.
Let's see, now we're going to... It looks like they're cleaning it over here. See how white that cornice is, and then it all of a sudden turns brown. See where the top of the Corinthian columns, one is white and the three to the right are brown. They must be cleaning. It's really amazing. But they cleaned all the way up until a square and a half into the dome. I'm going to pan upward here and look at the hole in the ceiling. Isn't that cool how the sunlight comes streaming in? Hits the wall over here. That's really neat. It's a perfect circle in here. You could fit a giant ball in this building. All the marble work here. There's that good-looking guy again. I see him everywhere.
Following you around.
Whose tomb is this? There's several people buried here. What would you like for me to film, Gary? There's the king, the first king of Italy over there, Vittoro something or other.
Years old. I wonder if those were windows on it. They're probably just places to put statues. Okay, here's Kim shopping. Show us what you got. Yeah, now it's on.
Okay, we're at the Galleria Nacional de Arte Antica.
And here's some of our New York friends that we met on the street.
Thank you for finding it for us. Help us cross the street.
Oh, you had to take your life.
Oh, we did walk on time. Thanks again. We'll see you in there.
Okay.
Let me take your video. And a video of you. Is it still on? Now there's no traffic.
Now there's no traffic. Here's me dashing across the street.
And here's me dashing across the street.
Hey, look, there's an art gallery
I know.
right there. Dash back across the street and go look.
Well, after, I'm sure it'll be open after the museum.
Yeah, we only have a limited.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. We're at the fountain. Okay, pretend like you're throwing a coin in. There she is.
Here's Gary about to throw the coin in. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Did it go in?
Went back in there somewhere.
Did you make a big whiff?
Yeah.
Did you make a whiff when you throw the coin in?
Come here, you ready?
There's just money flying all over the place here.
For me?
Hey, wait, that's my picture.
Oh, I was getting that one. The 2-by-roll? Get there off.
$2? No, you want $2 American.
No, that's okay.
Hey, $2,000 you ready for me? Hey, let's take another one. Yeah, back. Tomorrow come back. There it is.
Yeah, I really didn't throw it in last time, so Kim wants me to throw it in, so we're going to throw it in 500 lira.
A big one. Big.
I can make it up to the fountain.
Yeah, you can try. 1, 2, 3. I don't think it made it all the way up there, but it went pretty far. It landed behind you, so I can see where it landed. What'd you wish for?
Oh, for a long and happy marriage, of course. how it's recording.
Well, it's turning, so hopefully there's film in it.
Okay.
Hopefully there's film in it.
This is my lovely wife, Kim,
And
and
these are my teeth.
this is called the wedding cake, and it was built in soon after the First World War, and it's
The World War
Yeah.
One?
yeah,
It's that new?
yeah, it's pretty neat.
Oh.
And it's a Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. I can't remember who built it, but the Romans hate it.
Okay, tell us about it. It's built from 1885 to 1911
Yeah,
to celebrate the unification of Italy.
that's exactly right. The foreigners call it the wedding cake, which is what we've been calling it the whole time. And it was to celebrate immortalize the unification of Italy in 1870.
And now
And after World War I, they added the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, which is up there. You can just barely see the sentinels, and on either side of them where that wreath is, that's where the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is.
There's the guard. There's the tomb.
The tomb is
There's the other guard.
guarded day and night by sentries. The monument is officially called the Altar of the Fatherland. After more than 70 years, the Romans hoped that the pile of marble would lose its blinding luster, has vanished, and it remains out of harmony with the surroundings.
It does kind of stick out, doesn't it?
2 eternal flames were added in the 1970s for the finishing touch.
Okay, sign off.
That's all, folks. Now we're going to go over to the forum, one of the forums.
We've moved around to the side of the wedding cake. And I wanted just to aim down here because you can see the Colosseum down at the end of this road. There we go. Cool. Now, going to head across this street.
Where those columns are
And
over
then
there.
there's some ruins of another forum over there. So, signing off.
If you had time to look it all in, if they had it printed out somewhere.
Okay, read about it to the camera.
It was recently restored and cleaned to pristine white. The carvings on this column are among the greatest masterpiece in ancient Rome, erected in 112 AD to commemorate imperial Trajan military victories in Dacia, part of Romania, and Transylvania. Originally a bronze statue of Trajan stood at the top, but was replaced by St. Peter's in 1587. The emperor's ashes were placed in an urn at the foot of the column, 185 steps up the apparently as interior spiral staircase. The column stands 131 feet tall and consists of 18 blocks of marble, 4 feet high, and 11 and a half in diameter.
So what am I looking at now? The columns here. Forum of Trajan.
Yeah.
It's not larger than 4 football fields. Maybe not all of it's here.
This vast rectangle, larger than 4 football fields, had columns running the whole length and breadth. That at the center was a gilded statue of the Emperor Trajan on horseback. This forum was the latest and most splendid of the fora. It was designed for Trajan by the imperial architect Apollodorus of Damascus in the 2nd century AD. A forum was a meeting place as well as a community center where business was transacted, athletes played, and people strolled under the porticos.
Your finger's covering it, that's why I can't read it.
The forums were also erected to embellish the city. The basilica was built to house the judiciary, more magnificent than the Trajan Forum.
Oh, I see back there.
Yeah,
probably.
back there. That's right. Said in 312 AD, when Constantine, who was already the emperor of the Eastern Mediterranean, entered Rome as conqueror of this half of the empire and saw the foreign of Trajan for the first time, he could not contain his amazement. With uncharacteristic modesty, he added, "I will never be able to construct anything like it."
Huh. Big dome being redone right by this, whatever it is called. There's another one. I don't know what dome that is. There's always little Italian kids running around here. And then I'm gonna pan back to my husband. It's our 1 week anniversary today.
1 week.
We've been married 1 week. March.
You tired of me yet?
What's today? March 12th. No, I'm not tired of you. I'll never be tired of you.
So this is where it all happened. Think of that. Constantine came and stood at these very steps. Okay, there's Kim at the forum. Yeah, it is. This is which forum is this? This is a big temple. I think this is the Forum of Augustus. Oh.
Augustus is down the way a little bit.
Oh, this was all inlaid marble. It's very cool.
You gotta sit down.
It's a big close-up. And it's still inhabited. Let's see up there.
You know, the interesting thing that we learned is that the government owns all the buildings around.
Yeah.
The people who live in these apartments pay rent to the government.
Yeah, very little privately owned homes. Okay, fade out. This is still in the
This
Trajan.
might be Augustus
What's cool are these marble floors because we've seen them in the Pantheon
Perfect condition.
and several other places.
Back behind us is Caesar's Forum in the palace that we went to on the first day.
Well, that's where we were the first day over there. We're gonna have to open up the shutter a little bit now. There we go. It's the utility thing I work on. Yeah, that's the best stuff. These are a ton of ways down there.
I think there's still still stuff that needs excavating.
Yep. It's a big close up on Kim.
Look, my zit went away.
Okay, now fade out.
Can we hit it?
Yeah, hit it. Fade out. It's supposed to fade out.
Did you hit the standby?
Oh. There it goes.
Is this rocking your jocks? There's Gary in front of like the oldest, most well-preserved temple in Rome. Very excited about it. There's lots of traffic on it. Tell us a little bit about this temple, Gary.
I can't remember exactly. This one is, I think this one's to the Vessel Virgins or something like that.
I thought it was to Hercules. Is that the other one?
I think that's the round one around the
Round
corner.
one.
This one is, really, this is probably the best preserved temple out of all of them that we've seen so far, except for the Pantheon.
Yeah, but this is older than the Pantheon, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. This is BC. I think they said 2nd century BC. That's really neat. It's kind of the classic, or what we've seen all over the place. It's the classic design.
Ionic columns. Oh, that's a good one right there. Okay, we're gonna fade out now so we can get the cab to go shopping.
You go shopping.
One last time.
Okay.
And here we are. It's about 7:30 on Saturday night, our last night in Roma. And Gary's opening
A little vino for us.
a little vino that we got at the grocery supermarket. And we got this cool little wine bottle opener there too. Ooh, destroying the cork in the meantime.
Hey.
Hey.
Use this with a little more brute force.
These Italians know how to put the cork in, I'm telling you. We just dig the cork out.
Probably going to have to. There
That
it
was a good
goes.
idea. There we go.
Okay.
Yep. I'm glad we're getting this all on film.
There it goes.
Yay! Now smell the expensive wine cork.
Mmm.
Ah, the aroma, the bouquet.
Perfecta. Perfecta.
I'm gonna
Wait,
go.
wait. See, when you present the cork, and it's to see, you look at the bottom to see if the cork has gone bad. Of course, this wine is so new that there's no way that the cork could have gone bad.
How new is it?
Let's see. No, I think
It's so new it doesn't have a
last
date on it.
August was a good year.
Cost 2,640 lira, which is about $2.
Yep.
Hey, it's cheap. I don't have to import it. Let's see if we can do a self-cam. Get in.
Yeah, you're pointing at the. Here it is, right? Here's us.
Here's us. There's both of us.
You can videotape us in the mirror.
Over Gary's pile of dirty clothes. Hi.
Here's us. My wife. It's not too bad.
Okay, fading out here. It's not too